really sets him apart in this election.
After dozens of crashes, this traffic light is supposed to make Pflugerville drivers safer. Why it's not working like it should.
There's not a link between what the city did in ordinances and any increase in crime.
After more criticism from the governor, Austin's mayor talks about problems surrounding homeless people in the city.
And quarantined in Texas, more Americans are brought back to the U.S. to try and stop the spread of the coronavirus.
Let's start tonight with a live look outside. Beautiful sunset going on there. It started out to be a foggy morning, turned into a very warm afternoon.
But you know how it goes. As always, our Central Texas weather is about to change. KVUE Chief Meteorologist Albert Ramon is here. And Albert, do we have some cold weather heading our way?
We do. Our next cold front due to arrive midday tomorrow, and will cool throughout the day tomorrow, and then we're downright cold, stuck in the 40s in many spots Wednesday and Thursday. That front tonight pushing through the Panhandle and approaching the Fort Worth, Dallas area right now. You can see the temperatures are in the 50s behind it. Meanwhile, 70s and 80s out ahead of it. 77 right now in Austin after a high of 80 degrees. We'll go from 70s to 60s tonight ahead of the front. Clouds, fog, mist, and drizzle into tomorrow morning, and highs tomorrow ahead of the front occurring before lunchtime. Notice how we cool throughout the afternoon. We'll even have some scattered showers and isolated storms. A lot colder, though, Wednesday and Thursday, and a lot wetter as well. We'll time that out for you coming up in your full forecast a little bit later on.
Thanks, Albert. Is enough being done to fix a dangerous intersection in Pflugerville? Concerned neighbors pushed for a traffic light at Emmanuel Road and Wells Branch Parkway after 24 crashes there in the past 5 years. But that traffic light they asked for doesn't work. It's just flashing red.
Neighbors say they want the light working before someone else gets hurt. Hank Cavanero is at that intersection to tell us more about what's going on. Hank.
Yeah, guys, people say that the traffic at this intersection on non-holidays can actually back up, and people can be sitting in line for 30 minutes to get through, and that's because the city still hasn't activated the light that they put in to increase safety. It's getting tiring for people in Pflugerville.
It's really frustrating.
People having to wait their turns because their stoplight won't stop flashing red.
Why put them up if we're not going to use them? Like, that's what we've been waiting for so long.
Talia Coronado is wanting change.
Yeah, exactly.
According to an online crash report, this intersection has seen 24 crashes in the past 5 years. One of them deadly. That's why the light was put in the first place. Coronado knows this experience firsthand.
It was a really hard hit. My car got totaled, his car got totaled. So when I told my mom, like, I was just in a car wreck, like, it's right here at the stop sign, she knew exactly what I was talking about, because that's just how casually it happens, you know?
That was 2 years ago. Now the lights are up, but not activated. The city says that this dip in the road, that's what's causing the delays. They say it's a safety concern. And while it's not a problem for cars leaving the stop sign, someone going 50 miles per hour through a green light could cause a bunch of damage.
And you don't see that dip, you're gonna just boop. So it's pretty dangerous.
As for Coronado, she sees both sides, but is still ready for the lights to turn green.
Because, like, you'll start going and then someone else will start going, and you're just like, it's my turn. Let's get the lights fixed first, you know?
City also told me that flashing lights is actually a regular practice for them to get people used to where the lights are, but they did say that this is a longer case than normal because of that dip in the road that they're wanting to fix. In Pflugerville, Hank Cavanero, KVUE News.
Boomtown 2040 is KVUE's in-depth look at growth in Central Texas. The city of Austin is doing its own work on this, recently surveying more than 2,000 people who live in each of the city's 10 council districts. Two of the main concerns, not a big surprise, related to affordable housing. 68% of those surveyed say there is not enough affordable housing for low to moderate income families. 48% say there is not enough access to quality housing that they can afford.
The KVUE defenders uncovered a system allowing residential developers to pay the city instead of providing affordable housing. It's called a fee in lieu of affordable housing. In the last 15 years, residential developers of 54 projects paid nearly $8.3 million in fees in lieu of providing affordable housing. Developers say they expect the city to use that money to build affordable housing in other places, but numbers show the affordable housing units built has been dropping since 2015.
Right now, certain developments can save a lot of money just paying the fee in lieu rather than providing that on-site affordability.
It worries me from the standpoint is we're trying to get a lot of affordable housing and it doesn't seem to be happening, even though apparently we have the money. So yes.
City council members are trying to address the issue in the new land development code, but will it be enough? The KVUE defenders investigate affordable housing tonight at 10.
Tomorrow is the first day of early voting, and a dozen Texas Democrats are fighting for your support in the race for U.S. Senate. 11 of them will be here at KVUE for our debate. It starts at 6:30 tomorrow night. The first half hour will air right here on KVUE, and you can watch the entire debate on the KVUE YouTube page and KVUE.com.
And ahead of tomorrow's debate, a new statewide poll says M.J. Hagar is in the lead to challenge Senator John Cornyn for his seat in Congress. The University of Texas and Texas Tribune conducted the poll. 22% of Democratic primary voters chose Hagar.
We're hearing from Austin Mayor Steve Adler for the first time since Governor Greg Abbott again criticized city officials for how they're handling the homeless issue. Over the weekend, Governor Abbott tweeted about a man who threatened to kill children at a church playground on South Congress. Abbott says city policing is the city's job and that city leaders aren't giving police what they need. Mayor Adler says the people who are homeless are also victims of crime.
If you are experiencing homelessness, you're much more likely to be the victim of a crime than to be somebody that perpetuates crime. It doesn't do us any good to demonize those folks or to create doubt or anxiousness or anxiety where the data would not indicate that it should happen.
Mayor Adler says a contract with a homeless consultant for Austin should be finalized shortly. The city set aside up to $95,000 for that position.
A ruptured gas line in Corpus Christi sends flames shooting 150 feet into the air. It happened near the Citgo East plant along I-37. Firefighters shut off the line, and it took about 30 minutes to put the fire out. A spokesman for Citgo says the gas line doesn't belong to them.
More than 300 passengers from a cruise ship in Japan are back on American soil, and more than a dozen of them are battling the coronavirus. Some of those passengers arrived at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio this morning. The others went to Travis Air Force Base in Northern California. At least 14 of those passengers tested positive for the coronavirus. They will remain in isolation. The uninfected passengers are now quarantined at the two military bases for 2 weeks.
This might be the tip of the iceberg phenomenon. We really need to know how many people are exposed, how many people are infected, and how many people are sick. And if the number's sick, in this case, one, remember, tip of the iceberg.
Globally, there have been more than 71,000 cases of the coronavirus. More than 1,700 people have died.
Home goods retailer Pier 1 Imports is filing for bankruptcy protection. This comes less than 2 months after the company announced it would close 450 stores across the country. The Fort Worth-based business says it's in discussions with several potential buyers.
A medical emergency at a home in Hutto.
You don't see it often, and you don't see it in your own backyard.
Firefighters save a man's life, then go one step further with a surprising act of kindness.
And finding a passion after retiring isn't always easy. How one local man is staying sharp.
Taking you live outside with our downtown camera. Sunset. Hope you enjoyed the sun today. We're not going to see a whole lot of it really for the remainder of the week. We made it to 80 today. Tomorrow our next cold front arrives, and we'll be lucky to make it out of the 40s Wednesday and Thursday. We'll talk about that and the rain chances with our next cold front coming up.
Thomas J. Henry has been helping 18-wheeler accident victims for more than 25 years. Call now. Our attorneys are available 24/7, nights and weekends.
Credit card debt's not going away and the rates keep rising, but mortgage rates have dropped nearly 2% the last several months. Restructure that debt with a cashback refinance home equity loan with TexasLending.com. Closing as fast as 12 days. Call us today. We got them.
Audiences are raving about Aladdin.
It was like watching a dream.
When that carpet took off, the whole room just went unbelievable.
Pure magic.
It was just awesome.
March 11th through 22nd at Bass Concert Hall. Visit BroadwayInAustin.com.
Metastatic breast cancer is relentless. But I was relentless first. Relentless about learning the first song we ever danced to.
About teaching him to put others first.
About helping her raise her first child. And when I was first diagnosed, my choice was Everyday Verzenio.
It's the only one of its kind that can be taken every day. It gives us more time without cancer progressing.
Verzenio is the only CDK4 and 6 inhibitor approved with hormonal therapy that can be taken every day for postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign of diarrhea, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening inflammation of the lungs can occur. Talk to your doctor if you have new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include tiredness, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are pregnant or nursing.
My relentless reason? It's them. My choice with my doctor? It's Verzenio.
Ask your doctor if Everyday Verzenio is right for your first treatment.
Your credit card rates keep rising, but you know what? Mortgage rates have dropped nearly 2% since the end of 2018. Call us for your cashback refinance. Save up to 80% on the interest rates you're paying on your credit cards. Call us today. We got them.
KVUE News, sponsored by Ashley Furniture. Visit ashleyfurniture.com today.
New at 6, today is National Random Act of Kindness Day, and today the Hutto Fire Department is getting some love for how they helped out after one man's health scare.
KVUE's Molly Oak tells us what happened in a Hutto man's backyard.
You're not supposed to be mowing a yard in February. It's supposed to be cold, rainy, miserable.
A Sunday afternoon spent mowing the lawn, cut short.
I was finishing up one last row, and a defibrillator went off.
Brian Palmer says the pain is like no other.
So I'm screaming and hollering because it does hurt.
And we just heard my dad yell about 3-4 times, and he was clutching his chest. So, of course, we hop up and we run outside.
Brian's wife, along with his daughter, Kayla, called 911 and told firefighters to come to the backyard.
I'd made the comment to him, okay, who's going to finish mowing my yard? And they all laughed, and they got a chuckle out of it.
But after Brian went to the hospital, the Hutto Fire Rescue firefighters took the joke to heart.
Next thing I know, they're back there, hey, where's the lawnmower, where's this? And I was like, why?
Because the firefighters, Lieutenant Justin Torres, Jacob Pope, Chris Mank, and Brian Rudin finished the job.
My dad had to go to the hospital.
Kayla got this video.
And the paramedic and the fire department decided they'll finish the grass for him.
And then showed it to her dad in the hospital.
Nicest thing I ever seen.
Something he says doesn't happen often enough.
It's just unusual for somebody to go out of their way to help somebody out like that.
You don't see the neighbors helping neighbors like you used to. So it's a great thing to see that somebody went above and beyond. 4 men went above and beyond to help. And it was the sweetest thing possible.
Brian is now back on his feet and back to making jokes.
But the wife did say I'd do anything, get out of mowing the yard.
I love it. And firefighters all over Central Texas do these sorts of things all the time. They just don't get the recognition for it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we do want to point out, the Hutto Fire Department or Fire Rescue did not send this to us trying to get their firefighters any recognition. This man actually posted it on Facebook. We happened to see it, and he agreed only to do the story because he thought those 4 guys really deserve to be recognized, and he does want to pay it back to them in some way, shape, or form.
We love those stories. Yeah. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Thanks, Molly. Appreciate it. Well, retirement isn't turning out to be what a Wimberley man originally expected. Richard Hasselberg partially retired in June and opened the Cutting Edge in Wimberley. It's a sharpening shop. It was supposed to be a way to support his wife's quilting store. Except 3 weeks after opening the door of his one-room shop, he had to hire help because business exploded.
In the past 6 months, it's just blown right up. Once the word got out that I was opening and what we offer, it's just gotten very, very busy.
When the 66-year-old fully retires in April, the Cutting Edge will open 5 days a week.
Last week, we introduced you to Zaid Garcia, an actor from Georgetown who is deaf. Garcia will star in tonight's episode of ABC's The Good Doctor. He plays a character who is not deaf, but uses sign language to communicate due to an underdeveloped trachea. That episode of The Good Doctor is on tonight at 9 o'clock, right before KVUE News at 10.
We did a little story on him last week talking about this show coming up. He's got a lot of personality to him, too.
I know so many people are excited to see the show. I'm going to be watching.
Tonight at 9 o'clock right here.
Right.
All right, let's watch this show that we've got going on with the weather because we have several acts in this show. It's always changing.
And Albert Ramon, the ringleader.
That's right, Albert.
Not just acts, but seasons. You know, today we made it to 80. That's 14 degrees above average. Tomorrow, cooling with our next cold front. And we'll be lucky to make it out of the 40s Wednesday and Thursday. Out there right now, we still have some temperatures in the 80s, like Mason at 82. It's near 80 at Bastrop, where it's 79. It's 77 here in Austin. We're mostly clear. We're rain-free. Here comes our next cold front. It's a slow mover. As a matter of fact, this front up here in North Texas in the Panhandle doesn't move into Austin until midday tomorrow with some cooler air behind it, cold air really behind it for the middle part of the week. So let's show you the hourly forecast. Ahead of the front, tonight's forecast, just like the last several nights, cloudy skies, mist, drizzle, fog. First thing tomorrow morning, we're in the 60s, and tomorrow morning is when our high temperatures will occur, for the most part before noon. So we're talking mid-60s here in Austin. There's the frontal boundary at lunchtime with scattered showers in the forecast. It's not a washout tomorrow, but we'll have some on and off showers and even a couple of rumbles of thunder. Isolated thunderstorms are in the forecast. 5 o'clock temperatures start to fall into the 50s, and then we'll fall into the 40s for tomorrow night. We'll have a few spotty areas of rain on Wednesday, but the rain chances increase throughout the day on Wednesday. Will become much more widespread by the afternoon and evening time. And again, we're going to struggle to make it out of the 40s on Wednesday. We may just briefly make it to 50 degrees. For your Thursday, I think even a bit colder across the area with shower chances still high. No flash flood risk or severe weather risk, but the next 3 days having some decent rain chances. The best chance of rain Wednesday afternoon through the first half of Thursday. And if we add up those rain chances this week, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall on average is expected, with even some heavier rainfall expected in East Texas. I want to show you this one particular forecast model on rainfall accumulation. This is the European model, which did a great job last week. And there you see it, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall on average. A few spots seeing a little bit more, a few spots see a little bit less. Gives you an idea of the rainfall that we're expecting this week. Cedar, ash, and elm all showing up in the low count. Mold and fungus in the high count. All 10 areas showing up. Once again today, your allergy forecast and your 5-day forecast, you can find it every day in the Statesman. So tonight in the 60s, watch out for fog. A few pockets of dense fog also possible. And that's how we'll start our day tomorrow, with some drizzle as well as some mist. 66 for the high tomorrow. That occurs before lunchtime. Falling temperatures throughout the day. The chance of rain, not a washout, but 40% for some scattered showers and even some isolated thunderstorms. Rain chance goes to 80% Wednesday afternoon. Much of the day on Wednesday spent in the 40s. All day long Thursday spent in the 40s with a 60% chance of showers. Rain-free but cold still, 52 on Friday. And then temperatures start to go up a bit this weekend. Shower possible on Sunday, 66. A week from today, we're still below 70. We'll be about 68 degrees. So short sleeves and shorts today, big jacket weather Wednesday, Thursday. It's the same forecast I've been giving to you since I feel like since
roller coaster.
Up and down and all around.
And it's on that same cycle where it seems to kind of clear up a little bit for the weekend, which isn't bad, you know, nicer weather on the weekend.
We've got that going for us.
We do, yeah, positive side of things. So
thanks, Albert.
This isn't so positive. We've got another injury to talk about, huh?
I know. It seems like they just keep coming and coming, and it's unfortunate, but another injury for Texas basketball and a key player out for the rest of the season. How does UT move forward with all of these injuries? We hear from head coach Shaka Smart about that next in sports.
Judge Tim Shulock is a top-rated judge known for his ethics and fairness. That's why Judge Shulock is endorsed by all the Democratic groups. On March 3rd, vote for an ethical and fair judge. Re-elect Judge Tim Shulock.
I have traveled the world, but in Texas, only one beer will do. And that beer is not here.
Cut! Why is there no beer? You guys had one job. One.
It's supposed to be about beer, there's no beer.
Favor for Cam? Yo! Thanks. All right.
Okay, let's do this.
Sorry for crying.
Get beer and wine from H-E-B delivered free in under an hour, only with Favor.
Madeline Connor is not a Democrat. She ran as a Republican 3 times, gave thousands to Republican and anti-choice groups, sanctioned for harassing her neighbors with lawsuits. Say no to Republican Madeline Connor.
Join KVUE, the Texas Tribune, and KUT for the U.S. Senate Democratic primary debate Tuesday night at 6:30. We'll ask the candidates about issues important to you, live on air, KVUE.com, and YouTube. Know the candidates and vote Texas.
Transform your space for less with amazing deals during the President's Day Doorbuster event at Living Spaces. Shop exclusive Doorbuster deals this weekend only, with sofas starting at $295, dining sets starting at $195, or queen beds starting at $195. Plus, pay no interest for 2 years on select purchases with your good credit. Supplies are limited, so don't miss Living Spaces President's Day Doorbuster event this weekend only, in-store or online at livingspaces.com.
Living Spaces.
When Mike first became mayor, there were places where black and brown children hadn't received an education for 30 years. Mike said, those are the kids I want to give an opportunity. He increased teacher salaries. He increased the graduation rates by 40%. He made schools safer all over this country. Children aren't getting a quality education. Mike is going to fight for all the children. I saw him do it in the largest school system in America. He's going to do the same thing in this country.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
KVUE Weather, sponsored by Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Now offering home equity loans as low as 2.8%, 5 years fixed. Visit one of our 24 locations today.
Here's a look at sunset from the Oasis, overlooking Lake Travis at 83% full. It's 92% full at Lake Buchanan. Sports is 30 seconds away, but first, this.
Bill Dickinson here with Southwest Kia, and check out our family of SUVs like the all-new 2020 Kia Sorento SUV or Motor Trend's 2020 SUV of the Year, the Kia Telluride. They both come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. When you shop with Southwest Kia, you're going to work with a non-commissioned salesperson who's focused on your needs and not their own. The price you see online is the price you're going to pay. And remember, at Southwest Kia, we also offer a 7-day return policy for peace of mind. So shop southwestkia.com.
As of now, he will not be playing for the foreseeable future in terms of, the rest of the regular season and anything after that, unless we hear something different on this from this doctor tomorrow.
Jericho Sims out for the season. Jace Febres out the last 2 games. Gerald Liddell out since January, and now Matt Coleman sitting out of practice today with an injury to his heel. The Texas Longhorns have been bit by the injury bug, and it just doesn't seem to stop. Texas is heading into Wednesday's game against TCU with 4 straight losses. Both teams 14-11 this season, and the Horned Frogs with just 1 more conference win than the Longhorns. While Shaka Smart says he's expecting to have Coleman in that game, it still makes you wonder, how can Texas operate with so many injuries? According to Smart, it's going into every game saying, we're going to win it.
That's how I'll always be as a coach. Hopefully that's how our players will always be, regardless of who we have. Now, it does certainly create a much smaller margin for error. I don't know that anyone in this league, even completely healthy, has a really big margin for error. But it becomes, paper thin when those guys are out. And it just means that we have to be all that much better at the things that we can control. But can we win on Wednesday? Absolutely.
Tip-off on Wednesday is set for 7 o'clock at the Frank Irwin Center. And before we go to break, do want to say that Astros pitcher Francis Martes has been suspended for 162 games after a second positive PED test. Tonight at 10, we will talk more about this, as well as all of the drama going on with Houston. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
KVUE News, sponsored by Ashley Furniture. Visit ashleyfurniture.com today.
It's Ashley Home Store's President's Day sale this weekend. 4 days only. Save up to 30% off or pay 0% interest for 6 full years with no minimum purchase. Get this 5-piece dining set for only $10 per month. Friday to Monday only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
The Culligan high-efficiency water softener is the world's best. It's backed by the industry's strongest warranty and serviced by the world's largest local dealer network. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
It's Ashley Home Store's President's Day mattress sale this weekend. Going on now. Buy a mattress, get a free adjustable base upgrade. Or pay 0% interest for 8 years on top bedding brands. Plus, buy a mattress and receive up to $300 Ashley cash. Only at Ashley Home Store.
I definitely can see one of those four as my wife.
Tonight, this ain't your average hometowns.
I am falling in love with her.
Do not say that to her.
As much as I want to protect you, I can't.
When a mystery woman reveals...
Peter!
Wait!
Victoria's secret.
She brought some stuff to my attention that she thought that I should know.
It's so much drama.
I'm just asking for the truth.
Well, it doesn't matter anymore, Peter.
Oh, excuse me?
Excuse you, what?
All New Bachelor, tonight on ABC.
KVUE News is sponsored by Medi Weight Loss, physician-supervised weight loss that works. Visit MediWeightLoss.com or call 1-877-MED-LOSS.
Hi, I'm Kenan Wooten. I grew up here and I've been a lawyer here for over 15 years. I'm a mom, the wife of a school nurse, and your candidate for the 53rd District Court. The courtroom can be a scary place. As your judge, I will be qualified and compassionate and ensure that everyone gets a fair shake. I'll provide equal justice for all people, not just those with money, and ensure that everyone has access to mental health resources. If you want kindness and justice for all, stand with us and vote Kenan Wooten in the Democratic primary.
Housing costs skyrocketing. So why are developers allowed to pay the city instead of offering affordable housing? A KVUE Defenders investigation tonight at 10 on KVUE.
So we've all seen a game delay before. Usually it's weather, but it's not usually this reason. During a soccer match in Turkey, this dog ran onto the field and began chewing on the ball. The players tried to send the uninvited guest off the field by throwing another ball off of the field for it to chase. But then it came back for a second appearance. The dog was eventually carried off the field so the game could continue. He's like, I don't understand. They always throw a ball. I always go catch it. What's wrong here? I don't get it.
I know Emily and I are like, I love that dog. I know, what a good boy or girl. We see that here in football. We've had cats.
Yeah.
We've had cats on the football field. Yeah.
And in baseball, you've seen squirrels.
Yeah. So what happens?
So, yeah,
I've never seen them go after the ball, though. That's funny.
Yeah, that was cute.
Oh,
that was pretty cute.
It was good video.
A lot of changes on the way.
That's right. So tonight, a lot like the last several nights, overcast, patchy areas of fog, mist, and drizzle. We're in the low 70s now. We'll be in the 60s later this evening, and that's how we'll start our day for tomorrow. Cold front gets here about midday tomorrow. Not a washout, but the front comes in with scattered showers and a couple of isolated thunderstorms. The high tomorrow, that 66 occurring before lunchtime, so plan on a cooling afternoon behind that front. We'll be in the 40s to start the day Wednesday, and rain chances ramp up throughout the day Wednesday. High of only 50, so much of the day on Wednesday spent in the 40s. I think we're stuck in the 40s everywhere. Thursday with showers ongoing. We start to dry out, but we're still stuck in the clouds, so we're cool 52 on Friday. 57 Saturday, a small chance of rain at this point for Sunday, and 66. And then finally, a little bit of sun mixing with those clouds a week from today. A week from today.
A week.
Wow.
Thanks, Albert.
You got it.
And thanks for watching KVUE News at 6.
See you back here at 10.
Are your teeth so painful that it makes eating miserable? Our new smile procedure can give you a healthy, beautiful smile using dental implants and permanently secured teeth in just one day. Call Smiles by Garcia for your free consultation.
My dad never turned